Alex Martin was a name on everyone's lips. At 21, he was already a rising star. The international bike racing circuit knew him for his speed and agility. A fierce competitor with a passion for racing, Alex had a dream. He wanted to be the best, to stand atop the podium, to win the World Championship. This drive fueled him and he trained relentlessly. His talent was natural, making him a formidable competitor. The world watched Alex, amazed and dazzled by his performances. Everyone could feel it. This was his year. He was ready. The International Grand Prix was a grueling race. The course was challenging, the competition fierce. This year, all eyes were on Alex, the favourite to win. As the race began, Alex took an early lead. His bike roared through the turns and sped along the straightaways. He navigated the inclines with skill, and victory seemed within reach. Alex pushed his limits, determined to win. Then, disaster struck. On a sharp turn, Alex miscalculated. He skidded off the track, his bike somersaulted, and he was thrown to the ground. The crowd gasped, and the world watched in horror. The crash was catastrophic. Alex's bike was mangled. The medical team rushed to his side as he lay unconscious. They carefully lifted him, placed him on a stretcher, and the ambulance sped away. At the hospital, Alex was badly injured, with multiple fractures and his condition critical. Doctors fought to stabilize him, his life hanging in the balance. Hours turned into days. Alex remained unconscious, his family kept vigil, his friends prayed for a miracle, and the racing world held its breath. Hope seemed distant. Alex finally woke up disoriented, in pain, with tubes and wires everywhere. He had no memory of the crash, and his world was now a hospital room. Doctors spoke in hushed tones about the severity of his injuries, unsure if he would ever walk again. Racing seemed like a distant dream. Doubt crept into Alex's mind. The pain was unbearable, and medication offered little relief. Alex felt a surge of anger, feeling cheated by fate. His dreams were shattered. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Alex remained in the hospital. His body slowly healed, but his spirit was broken. He was lost in a sea of despair. The thought of never racing again haunted him. He had dedicated his life to the sport. Now it was gone. He felt empty. He felt alone. His family visited him every day, offering words of encouragement. His friends tried to cheer him up, but nothing seemed to work. Alex was trapped in his own darkness. One day, his mentor visited him. This man was a former racing champion who understood Alex's pain, having also suffered a career-ending injury. He sat by Alex's bedside, spoke about the challenges he had faced, and talked about his own journey of recovery. He told Alex that this was not the end. Alex listened intently. His mentor's words resonated with him. For the first time since the accident, Alex felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, he could find a way back. The road to recovery was long and arduous. Every day was a test of Alex's resolve. Physical therapy sessions were intense and left him exhausted, but Alex persevered. His determination was unwavering. He spent hours in rehabilitation, pushed through the pain, and each step he took was a victory. His body slowly started to heal. His muscles regained their strength. His coordination improved. He began to feel like himself again. Section 2, Mind over Matter. Physical healing was only half the battle for Alex. He also had to overcome the psychological trauma of the accident. The fear of crashing again haunted him, and his confidence was shattered. So he started seeing a sports psychologist, where he learned to manage his anxiety and developed coping mechanisms. He visualized himself racing successfully, and slowly he regained his lost confidence. His mental strength grew each day. He refused to let fear control him, knowing he had to be mentally strong to race again. In Section 3, finding his stride, months went by as Alex continued his rehabilitation. Starting with small steps, he walked on the treadmill, lifted light weights, and rode a stationary bike. Gradually, he increased the intensity of his workouts. He started running, lifted heavier weights, and rode a real bike again. It felt amazing. He started feeling like a racer again. The thrill returned. He was still careful, but the fear was gone. He was enjoying the process. Section 4, the will to win. Alex's progress was remarkable. He was getting closer to his old self, faster, stronger, and more determined than ever. He wanted to race again, compete at the highest level, and prove that he was not finished. He wanted to win again. His mentor watched him with pride, knowing Alex had what it took. He had the talent, the work ethic, and most importantly, the will to win. Back in the saddle, Alex's comeback started small. He participated in local races. These were smaller events, less pressure, a chance to build his confidence. He approached each race with caution, listened to his body, and didn't push himself too hard. He knew he had to be patient and trust the process. His first race back was a milestone. He didn't expect to win, he just wanted to finish, to feel the adrenaline rush again, to hear the roar of the crowd. Climbing the ranks. As Alex raced more, his confidence grew. He started winning local races. He was faster, stronger, back to his old self. He started attracting attention. People in the racing world noticed his comeback and were impressed by his determination, inspired by his story. He started competing in bigger races, moved up the ranks quickly, and was consistently finishing in the top positions. He was on his way back to the top. Then came the news everyone was waiting for. Alex was invited to compete in the International Racing Championship. This was the same race where he had his accident. It was a huge opportunity, a chance to prove himself on the world stage again, a chance to face his fears, a chance to rewrite his story. The news spread like wildfire. The racing world was abuzz. Everyone wanted to see Alex race again. Could he reclaim his former glory? The day of the race arrived. The atmosphere was electric. Fans from all over the world had gathered. They wanted to witness history. Alex was calm. He was focused. He was ready. He had trained hard for this moment. He knew what he had to do. He was determined to win. He put on his helmet. He mounted his bike. He joined the other racers on the starting grid. The crowd roared. This was his moment. The flag dropped. The race began. Alex shot off the starting line. He was a man on a mission. He was determined to win. He quickly moved to the front of the pack. His bike roared down the straightaways. He leaned into the curves. He was a blur of speed and precision. Lap after lap, he maintained his lead. He could hear the crowd cheering him on. He could feel the energy surging through him. He was in the zone. The final lap arrived. Alex pushed his bike to the limit. He crossed the finish line. He had done it. He had won the International Racing Championship. The crowd erupted in thunderous applause. Alex raised his arms in victory. Tears streamed down his face. He had overcome incredible odds. His journey was an inspiration to millions. He had proven that anything is possible with hard work. He had shown the world the true meaning of courage.